Back here in Detroit. Okay, so we've been talking all commercial long here, and look, this has been going on for years, during the wins, during the losses. Who gets the blame for most of the losses?
Well, I've got to deal with you and Monty that I said in the Royals we need one scapegoat. There's no point in blaming everybody, so we've elected you and Monty to be the scapegoat, so you get the blame for anything that goes wrong.
Let's be honest, he's a Royals Hall of Famer. I get much more of it than he does. I think back to some of the conversations that you and I had on the air in the champagne celebrations, how much fun that was. And then the offseason happened, and I heard from a lot of fans saying, we can't wait for baseball to start again. This city has been completely transformed. What have you seen?
I tell you, it has been transformed. The people are believers now. You know, I love the fans. We have unbelievable fan support. I've been to Toronto, and I've been here in Detroit now, and you've got a lot of people everywhere you go in these cities that are following the Royals and supporting us, and that's really about as good as it gets. But hey, about this season, I've got to make one point that I think is really important. I read more times than one before the season started that we were predicted to win 72 games this year, and we're going to do it.
Yeah, I think it's safe.
Maybe by the end of next homestand.
Mr. Glass, that's interesting to say that because Royals Hall of Fame groundskeeper George Homa had a really good saying. He said, and then some. So I think we're going to have and then some with those win totals.
Yeah, George, I love George, and I miss him. And he writes to me once in a while, and you get the handwritten letters. They're on small paper, and it's front and back, and it's about 10 pages, and he wants me to know what he's doing and to tell me that he loves the Royals and he's keeping up with what we're doing.
Well, you know, you're at a lot of games, more so than people realize. We see you sometimes, and I know that you stay in the background. But for folks that wonder, I mean, what would you say? 6-7 days a week there's a game. How many are you watching?
I watch most of the games. My son Dan runs the team. He and Dayton and Kevin really run the team, but I get the perks. I've got a really good parking space. I get in free, and everybody's really nice to me, so you can't ask for more than that. But I rarely miss a game, much of it on television, though.
Mr. Glass, I have to ask, how rewarding is it to see? I remember 9 years ago when Dayton Moore made his first press conference, he said, we're going to do this the right way. It's going to take some time. You're not going to like what I hear, but it's going to take about 8 years, and sure enough, he was right on the mark.
Yeah, you know what? I had hoped that it would be faster than that, but we made the commitment back then that we were going to be patient and we'd do whatever it took to get us to where we could sustain it. We weren't interested in doing it once, you know, and then it's over with. We wanted to build an organization where you could fill in pieces that you need to fill in, but you could sustain success over a period of time.
Mr. Glass, we appreciate the visit. Thanks for doing it. A lot of fun. And I just hope, for our sake, for my sake, that the Royals win tonight. More coming up.